justice to the topic a day. So I'm going to obviously just want to recognize some of the individuals who have joined us here today. And I'm so excited because he's an individual I've been looking forward to meet. I didn't know that it was already in the house. He's the CEO of UPDC PLC, Mr. Odunayo Ojo. Please, are you in the house? Ah, okay, sir. The hair here is black. The one I see is gray. Please come forward, sir. We need you to sit up front at the... Sometimes they say picture tells 1,000 stories, but this picture doesn't seem to synchronize, sir. You know, but it's good to see you. Young and healthy, and I'm glad. I'm looking forward to your engagement, especially at this particular point in time. I also want to invite Madam Mansoura Mohammed, the head marketing representing the MD of FHA Mortgage Bank Limited. Please join them here in the front row. Please can you put your hands together for us? I'm always excited when I see women take it. By the way, you guys realize some trend is going on where the women are taking over. Please can you put your hands together for the women? We have MD of one of the Shell subsidiaries, we have MCs of the bank, we have MCs of the telecoms coming on board and the rest of that. That's the way to go. Because gender equality and gender diversification will definitely help the industry to thrive. Because different ideas can actually help to bring about something that can basically be a response to some of the market statements as the case is. So thank you very much for joining us. I also want to invite the person representing the commandant for the Nigerian Fire Service. That is the other person, Supro of Fire, Olushoga Abayomi, to please come up and join us up here. Fire is not our friend, but we know when we have men like you who definitely put your life on the line to make sure fire do not consume us. We're much to you. And we know that as a matter of fact, emergency management is very key, especially when it has to do with insurance and incidences where most houses either are being consumed as a result of poor or bad electricity connection that can bring about fire. But I'm always amazed that some of the stories we hear about the fire services are not some that we always want to celebrate. So I want to imagine that there are some new innovations on ground that hopefully you would like to share with us today. And so I don't want to take too much of our time. So I would like to also invite the Director of Real Estate for Arctics in the person of Madam Funke Okubadejo. Please, can you join us in the front here on the front row? Where is she? I know she was in the house earlier on. Is it a she or a he? It's a she. Funke is a she. I've started wondering when Funkes begin to be male. Anyway, please, as soon as she comes in, she should kindly just take the seat that is rightfully placed for her. And of course, I would like to invite Lance Adebisi of Nine Mobile Cooperative, representing Nine Mobile, one of Nigeria's leading telecoms. Please put your hands together for him as he takes his seat here up in front. Like I always say, everybody is important. As a matter of fact, without every single one of you under the sound of my voice, we wouldn't be having this particular event. And so on that note, I want to say, please put your hands together for yourselves because you are more important than, as a matter of fact, the average person that is in the house here. Naturally, I would have recognized him first, but of course, he's taking up his seat. And that's our keynote presenter who is ably represented here. And that's the person of Senator Benga Shafa, Managing Director of Federal Housing Authority, ably represented here by no other person than Mr. Aneto Thomas, the GM Procurement and General Duties. Please, can we put our hands together for him? You're welcome, sir. I know that you have to catch your flight, and so we have to be mindful of that to ensure that we run the program as fast as we can so that you can attend to some other issues. I know a lot of us here seated have other board meetings to attend, as well as the people who are joining us online. I want to say a big thank you to every single one of you. Think Mint Nigeria obviously has done this quite well, and we need more of this kinds of event in the house as the case is. So we want to say a big thank you to FHA Mortgage Bank Limited, our sponsor. We want to say a big thank you to Octo5. Octo5, as a matter of fact, has an exhibition stand there, and they have a wonderful app, store.ng. I think every single one of us should visit that stand and see exactly how that can help you save towards acquiring not just one property, 2, 3, 4, 5, as a matter of fact, because that is a very good thing you can leave as a legacy for your children. Thank you also to Urban Shelter Properties. Please put your hands together for them. These are our sponsors. We also like to recognize popolowe.ng Northcourt. Thank you very much. I've always been there all the while from the maiden edition now to this one. I think it's one of the leading brands in the real estate industry. Definitely doing business based on integrity and expertise. We need more of that in this industry, as well as homework. I want to say a big thank you to every single one of you because you've made this possible. Without you, my fees won't be paid. And so I must recognize you particularly and say, God bless you. And of course, I want to recognize the Business Day newspaper. Apparently, I anchored the program with the publisher titled Business Day with NTA. And I know Business Day does a lot, especially with business issues. And definitely The Guardian, as a matter of fact, has been in the forefront to see exactly how we can create forum of this nature, where we can exchange ideas, build relationships, and see exactly how good transactions can happen and become models for us to compare. And without taking too much of our time, I know that there's so much of the exhibition on ground. We're all going to visit those stands so that we can take an advantage of some of the offerings these individuals have here for every single one of us here. And as well, for those online, you can explore that further because there is a website for the event. As the program progresses, I'm going to give you more of those details. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, as the typical comment oftentimes is in events of this nature, I would have wanted to recognize every single of my speaker that is going to be gracing this occasion. But I will do that as soon as I'm done with my first presentation, which is the keynote presentation. And to do that is no other person than a rep of the Managing Director of Federal Housing Authority, Mr. Neto, to please come forth and give